Today we are flying from Bangkok to Koh Samui on a budget. So what's the problem? The problem is that if you want to fly to Samui and you want to take the direct flight with Bangkok Airways, it's quite expensive. Sometimes they charge more than $100, sometimes $120, $130, even $150, or if you're very unlucky, more than $200. So that's when I asked myself the question, okay, what other options are there? And I actually found a Facebook group where they talked about this and got some really, let's call it funny advice. Like, I think one guy was asking this question and the comments were like, what is a cheap way to get to Samui? And the comments were, okay, maybe you can walk, maybe you can swim. So not very helpful. So today I want to talk about all the options that there are, the cheapest ones and the one that I'm taking right now. I'm at the airport in Bangkok. Yeah, let's talk about the cheapest option first. So the cheapest way from Bangkok to Samui is when you go by train first, then you take the bus and then the ferry. The cheapest train that I found is 230 baht from Bangkok to Suratthani. And from there you're going to take the bus and then the ferry. The 230 baht train is super simple, no AC, you just got a seat, it's not a sleeper train. You can also take the sleeper train, I think that's around 600 baht. So the overnight train from Bangkok to Suratthani. If you want to take the cheapest way, you're going to take this train, no AC, nothing, just one. On the picture it looked like an uncomfortable chair, and then you only pay 230 baht for this trip. With the train, and then of course you have to take the bus and the ferry. But let's talk about the bus from Bangkok. You can get it for, I think, 600 baht to Suratthani, and then again you have to take another one to the ferry, to the pier, and then take the ferry. And then the third option, the one that I'm taking right now, is so I fly from Bangkok from the smaller airport Don Mueang. In Bangkok they have two airports, Suvarnabhumi and Don Mueang. And I'm going to take the flight. They have cheap airlines, Air Asia, Thai Lion Air. The flight, I think a cheap flight is around $25, but then you only have a carry-on luggage, so no checked-in luggage, so keep that in mind. If you want to stay on the budget and you just take the carry-on, it's around $25. I think is a good price, maybe a bit cheaper. I'm going to fly from Bangkok to Suratthani. From there, I'm going to take the bus to the pier in Don Sak, and from there I take the ferry. Again, the flight ticket is $25, and then from the airport to Samui, bus and ferry is another $16. That comes down to $40 for the trip, I would say. I'll talk a little bit more about how long it's gonna take, and if everything goes smooth, about to take off. And yeah, let's start our journey to Samui. So the obvious downside is that you have to travel for much longer. The bus is probably around 12 hours. And the train, I think, is around 14 hours. And if you fly to Suratthani, the journey will be around 6 hours. And I think now the plane is ready for boarding. So let's get on the plane. The bus from Suratthani to Don Sak took 1.5 hours, and I think the ferry now will take another 1.5 hours. Company that I went with, Antip, they were very well organized, so everything went pretty smooth. And I booked the ticket in advance by using One2Go Asia, and I checked it. It's a little bit cheaper if you book with them online. Not by much, maybe 50 baht or so that you can save. Put the link in the description if you want to check them out. And also, like, if you print online, you have the ticket in advance and you don't have to worry about that. Now we are on the Citron ferry. And what can you do here? They have a little mini mart here, or you can get a massage while you wait. Started, the plane left 7 a.m. in the morning, and now it's close to noon. So I think once we get to Samui, probably around 6 hours. So not that bad. And if you're wondering why the flight from Bangkok to Samui is so expensive, it's because it's a private airport. Bangkok Airways owns this airport, and that's why they have a monopoly. They can pick pretty much any price they want. And if you look at the revenue of Bangkok Airways, I think 30 to 40% of the revenue comes from that route, Samui to Bangkok and Bangkok to Samui. And during the high season, it's really ridiculous. I checked today, the flight was $200 one way for a 1 hour flight. That's why I've decided to go via Suratthani and take the longer trip. We made it to Samui. Overall, not a bad trip. But just remember, when you take the ferry, you're most likely to get to Naton, so that's the west side of the island. And depending where your hotel is, you might want to add another 30 minutes. If it's on the east side, for example, Chaweng, then you have to drive, and it's going to be another 30 minutes by car, or 40 minutes. But yeah, if you're on a budget, this is definitely an alternative. And if you're super hardcore and you want to try the train and save even more money, be my guest. Send me some pictures or a video of how that trip went. But yeah, so we basically spent $40, I think, in total to get to Samui, compared to the price with Bangkok Airways on the day that I want to fly with $150. Yeah, cheaper. Of course, it takes longer. If you're on a budget, then go via Suratthani. And the next video, I'm gonna explore Samui by motorbike. If you want to see that, just click the link up here or up there. And I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.